Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. The US is prepping for an invasion of Venezuela. We'll show you what we're talking about. And the Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines has responded to the US military strike on the vessel in Caribbean waters. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. And welcome back to another program, guys. It's good to be back with you today. It's a hot one in the Caribbean. In a bold statement that underscores what I would say growing regional tensions, the St. Vincent Prime Minister Ralph Gonsalves has publicly criticized a recent U.S. military strike against a boat in the Caribbean waters, declaring unequivocally, "We do not like it." Stay tuned. I got the video of him talking about that. That's coming up shortly. But I want to get into a bit more of what he said. Speaking on state radio on September the 3rd, Gonsalves, a long time and a long-standing ally of Venezuela, emphasized that the CARICOM region is a zone of peace and they are willing to maintain that peace. But he did also acknowledge that they must work along with any government to combat drug trafficking. But he raised what I would say are serious concerns about the method of intervention, right? And he also articulated the region's nuanced stance, stating that basically we agree we have to fight the drugs, we have to fight the drug pushers, but not by parading, this nuclear arsenal around in our Caribbean waters. Let's take a listen to what the Prime Minister had to say.
CARICOM's position is long-standing. CARICOM is a zone of peace, Caribbean and Latin America. CARICOM has declared the Caribbean as a zone of peace. CELAC, Community of States of Latin America and the Caribbean, have declared the Caribbean and Latin America to be a zone of peace. Mm-hmm. So we don't like it. We agree with the United States of America that we have to collaborate and fight drug pushers, drug traffickers, people who, in addition to pushing the drugs and the money laundering through that and the violence which comes with that, we all have to oppose that. But I don't see how we're going to oppose that by parading nuclear weapons.
While what is happening is that a lot of experts have raised significant legal questions about the strike, noting that drug trafficking typically does not warrant summary execution, like what you saw happen at sea. And they are saying that the conflicting statements from US officials, including various accounts of the boat's intended destination. At one time, Pete Hegseth, who was the Secretary of War, said the boat was heading to the US. Then you had Marco Rubio saying it was heading to Trinidad and Tobago. Then you heard Trump saying it was heading to the United States of America. So there are conflicting statements. And all of this have further complicated the narrative of what the US is really doing down inside here in the Caribbean. So now they're prepping for an invasion of Venezuela based on all of the experts who are coming out. And we have this video to show you of Hegseth, who is the Secretary of War, when he went to Puerto Rico and told the troops, it's not if, but when. Listen to this.
To the sailors and Marines of the Iwo Jima, Godspeed. It's an honor to be aboard with you today. You are an incredible representation of America and American power. You're trained, you're prepared, you're ready, and you're lethal. And the American people are counting on you to ensure the American homeland is kept safe. I charge you, it's not if, it's when. You're on.
So clearly, they're prepping for something. And yesterday, when I spoke with Ron Jacobs, who's an author and an anti-war advocate, he basically said that if he was advocating or if he was telling the governments of the Caribbean what to do, he would tell them that to have a bargain or to make a bargain with basically the devil is not a good thing to do. Listen back to what he said yesterday. You were in a position where you would give advice to Caribbean governments on this matter in terms of allowing their countries to be used as a staging force for the Americans to get into Venezuela.
I would tell them that making a bargain with the devil is never a good thing.
And of course, you can watch the rest of that video from yesterday. You need to look at it. I know it's a bit lengthy, but you should watch it to the very end. A lot of very important points came out in that video because there would also be repercussions for us here in the Caribbean region if the US definitely invaded Venezuela. We need to pay attention to what is going on. I saw the Colombian president telling Trinidad to look for the bodies or try to recover the bodies of those that were blown up to smithereens. Well, Trinidad Prime Minister did react to that and said they're not going to look for anybody. So, we have this complicated situation going on here in the Caribbean. Take it easy. Take care. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to this channel.